Jay's on in here. What's good? I appreciate y'all sliding up in here. You kick it up with your homie Hood, man. We talking about J to the Z and what's going on with his situation and some young dude trying to claim that Jay-Z is his dad. It's really quite a phenomenon because you wouldn't assume that somebody would play with Jay-Z like that. And we all know Jay-Z for 30 years now, and we wouldn't assume that Jay-Z would be in a situation that he would have somebody having his baby and he wouldn't have spoke up or he wouldn't have said nothing. That don't seem like a Jay-Z move. So that's why it always behooved me to hear what these people got to say. So let me see if I could play it on the opposite end. I think I can. All right, so let's go back a couple of bodies.
Ordered that paternity test, man. We might find out, man. So let's get to this. I want y'all to read this, and I'm gonna put a link to this article in the comment section as well. And
Listen
so
to
y'all make
Ticket
sure y'all
TV.
go check out the full article when this video's over with. But basically, the article says Jay-Z slams the man who claims to be his son of harassment and more. Now, according to reports, it says in a legal battle that has spanned over a decade, rapper and entrepreneur Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, has accused Ramir Sadoway, a 31-year-old man now, claiming to be his biological son, of harassment and fabricating claims. The dispute, which resurfaced in July of 2025, centers on Sadoway's persistent allegations that Jay-Z fathered him during a brief relationship with his late mother, Wanda Sadoway, in the early 1990s. Jay-Z, through his legal team, has asked a federal judge to intervene, labeling Sadoway's latest lawsuit as a part of a pattern of harassment and baseless accusations. Now, this article explores the history of the feud, the recent legal developments, and the broader implications of this case. Now, Ramir's claim that Jay-Z is his biological father dates back to 2008 when he and his mother, Wanda Sadoway, began pursuing legal action to establish paternity. Now, according to a 2015 notarized affidavit filed in New Jersey, Wanda claimed she was 16 years old in 1992 when she had a brief romantic encounter with Jay-Z, then known as quote-unquote Rock, in Philadelphia. She alleged the encounter occurred at an apartment in Brooklyn facilitated by a friend, Kalisha Allen, who resulted in a pregnancy with Ramir. Now, Wanda, who went by the names Carmel or Precious at the time, passed away in 2019 from heart failure at age 43, leaving Ramir and his godmother Lily to continue the legal fight. Now, Sadoway, now living in New Jersey,
What's up, Summer?
That his pursuit is about seeking the truth, not fame or financial gain. In a December 2024 interview with the Daily Mail, he stated, "If he's not my father, why can't he prove me wrong? Go to the courtroom and do what everyone else has to do. I can take a no. I can take being embarrassed. I just can't take him not saying anything." He has accused Jay-Z of using legal technicalities to avoid a paternity test and obstruct justice, claiming multiple lawsuits filed since 2008 have been dismissed on procedural grounds, including a 2015 New Jersey case where a judge ruled the court lacked jurisdiction over Jay-Z. Now,
see, that's exactly what I had to say. So when you talk about somebody trying to say that they have a paternity test on you, or they want to get a paternity test on you, it's really crazy because that's really invading your privacy. That's not just because they have a claim or just because they have something going on. It don't mean you have to necessarily go and show your DNA to that person. Is really invasive and sickening. It's real sickening to be exact. And I want to say thank y'all for coming to the podcast. This Yusef 2 times. We talking about Jay-Z and some guy named Ramir who's supposed to be having a baby by Jay-Z. I mean, I'm sorry, who's supposed to be his kid, but 34 years old. That nevertheless, the kid is grown as hell, and it's the first time Jay Z is being brought to court about it. So y'all gotta like, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, share all that good stuff. Yo, so what the question is to me as a person that does rap is, would this person be trying to get Jay Z to be his father if he did not become a multi-billionaire and a major artist? I don't believe so. I think that this guy would have never brought no question towards Jay Z and said nothing regarding Jay Z at all. But I think that Jay Z having a kid would make this person feel good because he gets to be associated with Jay Z's name. And that's really what the problem is behind all of this stuff. You're basically trying to put your name associated with mine, even though I don't know you and you're a complete stranger. And that to me makes it sad because Jay Z gets to be out, he gets to be private. Even though he's a celeb, even though his name is out there in the world, he still get to be private. He don't have to show you his ID. He ain't gotta give you no DNA. He ain't, just because you know his name and he's famous, that don't mean he have to give you none of his personal regard. It's sickening to me.
I can't prove me wrong. Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Yeah. Are you scared for your life? It's unfortunate that you were shot at the flesh, but you were okay from that. Do you think that that was a situation where you were targeted? If so, are you scared for your life? No, I'm not scared for my life. It was a scary situation. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm just asking everybody, all the judges, or on the case to do what's right and do their job the correct way, even if you overlook something or didn't see something. Everybody makes mistakes, as I said before, but it's time to actually do your job and look at everything and get it correct. A federal judge ordered Jay-Z to take a paternity test. Less than 48 hours later, his alleged son's car was sprayed with bullets. This wasn't a coincidence, it was a warning. And the message was crystal clear: stay quiet or else. But this isn't just street drama. This is a legal war, a media cover-up, and a billion-dollar empire trying to shut one man down before the truth ruins everything. In 1992, Jay-Z allegedly hooked up with a 16-year-old girl named Wanda Satterthwaite, who the streets called Precious. They had a quick hookup, protected, but not protected enough. She later said the condom broke, so she got pregnant. And from that point on, her entire life became a battlefield, because Jay-Z just vanished. She couldn't reach him. There was no Instagram, no cell phones, no team of stylists tracking his every move. She never saw him again, and she was only 16. When she gave birth, Wanda was literally unconscious in the hospital bed, and that's when her boyfriend at the time, Robert Graves, signed the birth certificate. According to people close to Wanda, Robert knew that child wasn't his, but he signed anyway to collect extra government benefits, like food stamps. And here's where the trauma starts to compound. When Rainier was 8 years old, Wanda sat him down and told him the truth. Jay-Z is your father. I was 7. I had to sit down with her. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young, and, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father. She never changed her story. For years, she begged for Jay-Z to take a paternity test, even offering to handle things privately. He didn't respond, but Wanda didn't quit. She fought through dead ends, denied motions, lawyers who ghosted her, judges who told her she was wasting the court's time. And eventually, when she realized she might not survive the fight, she did something she hoped would outlive her. She signed a sworn affidavit, naming Jay-Z as Rainier's father. In 2019, Wanda passed away from heart failure, and one of the last things she told Rainier was to keep pushing, and that the truth would come out one way or another. And this wasn't a woman who wanted fame or headlines. She wanted her child to know where he came from, but Jay-Z kept silent. Now, Rainier is a grown man, determined to finish what his mother started. In 2014, he filed a civil paternity suit against Jay-Z, this time with the help of his godmother and legal guardian, Lily Coley, who had been by his side since Wanda's health started declining. And that's when things got shady, like very shady. Jay-Z didn't respond to the case like a regular person. Instead, his lawyers allegedly created a legal maze, full of delays, misdirection, and lies, designed to stop one simple thing from happening: a swab in the mouth. Let that sink in. Instead of taking a DNA test, Jay-Z's legal team allegedly decided to break the system. Here's how they allegedly...
So all of this is like a breakdown of how this guy is able to try to pull Jay Z inside a courtroom. And it's really wow because Jay Z, the way the courts is set up, he doesn't have privacy, even though he's a celebrity. And the only reason why we know him is because he decided to get up there and become an artist and jump out there and make noise, and then that made him a celebrity. So now that celebrity level is making some random whoever the hell talk about you need to take my DNA and take a test of it. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, dude, you a complete stranger. You don't get none of my personal nothing. I don't even freaking know you. And then you a stranger. Like, it ain't like you my age. It ain't like I knew you when we was young. Like, who the fuck is this person? And if that had been a female, they would be yelling, hell no, you ain't getting no DNA from no daggone female. But this guy's a celeb, and everybody want to make it seem like celebrities don't have personal privacy or personal life. It's like you get to just name and claim something, and then I'm supposed to respond to it. Okay, let's do that in court. And you see, as they say, the courts were never really rocking with this guy. No matter how many times he came to court, they was looking at it like, no. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to invade his privacy. But that didn't stop the guy from starting to still come back and drive reckless, in my opinion, and acting like he get to get Jay-Z's DNA. You know what DNA is, man? You say, I bet you this dude Dustin has lost his left side of his brain, but he all right though. Yo, but the real thing is that I think that this guy just really lost his side of his brain, man. It's like why he like Dustin over here. He just think that he can spew anything out there to the world, and everybody supposed to listen. It ain't even if you telling the truth. We're just supposed to listen because you said it, and it's like, dude, come on. If you're 34 years old and you said your mother told you this at 8 years old, you had too many times when you could have came out and said something about this. But let's say you didn't. Let's say you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come out. You was afraid. You know what I'm saying? You might have just didn't want to come out and say nothing. Then you got to get on with your life as a man. The question is, do you have your own kids? So you sitting up here and don't have no kids, but you thinking that everybody is just going to play you and listen to what you got to say. It's like, man, dude, this guy is mental. This guy's just mental, and I just hope that Jay Z is able to prove that him as a independent man should not have to give his personal reality to some stranger. And then what? You're gonna find out you're not my kid. You're just gonna go back to obscurity, and then the whole government of America is gonna have my DNA. Like, what the fuck is this all about? You're supposed to show your DNA. If this is your child, she take you to paternity court. The woman not even taking them to paternity court. The woman is dead. So you literally just got the kid walking around to my son, you my father. Luke, I am your father. It's like, dude, this having a celebrity status is wow. Make sure you hit that like button over there.
Did it. When Reimer and Lily filed the lawsuit, they filed it in New Jersey because that's where Jay-Z's alleged hookup with Wanda took place, and it's also where he was rumored to own property. The plan was simple: prove that Jay-Z had ties to New Jersey, so the court had the right to demand a test. But Jay-Z's team responded with a legal curveball. They claimed he didn't live in New Jersey, and therefore, the court had no jurisdiction over him. Problem is, there's evidence he did own property in New Jersey. Receipts from property records, tax filings, and even documents from Jay-Z's own business filings suggest he had multiple ties to the state. Yet his team allegedly used an address in New York to dodge the case. That one move got the whole thing tossed, but it didn't stop there. According to Lily, Wanda was forced to sign away her rights while sedated in a hospital during a serious medical episode. She had just been through a coma, and while still recovering, Jay-Z's legal team allegedly showed up with papers for her to sign. She didn't even know what she was agreeing to. That one move gave Jay-Z's lawyers an upper hand, and once again, the case got tossed. And that's not even the worst part. Lily claims that Reimer's own legal team may have secretly been colluding with Jay-Z's side. We're talking about lawyers who allegedly switched sides, introduced procedural errors, and botched filings so badly that it almost looked intentional. So not only was the opposing side playing dirty, their own side might have been helping them do it. The court system didn't care. They threw out the case again. And the deeper Reimer and Lily pushed, the more sealed documents they found, and all of this, for what? To avoid a swab? Because if you're not the dad, why go this far? Let's be real. It's not just about the paternity. It's about what that DNA would expose. Because if Jay-Z is the father, the world finds out he had a child with a 16-year-old girl, which could legally be classified as statutory in several states, depending on when and where it happened. Now everyone's asking, was this really just about a paternity test? Or was Jay-Z trying to erase something bigger? Even when Reimer filed motions in the Supreme Court to unseal old records, they were denied. Not because they were wrong, but because the Supreme Court said it lacked jurisdiction to get involved. Every door they knocked on slammed in their face.
That just tell you right there that what they talking about is hypocrisy and crazy. You got the government telling you no. They denying all your claims. They not rocking with nothing you saying. Every time you use this as a reference of, they telling you no, it's denying you. It's showing you that this guy at least gets to be private. You know, you can't just walk up and say, because here it is. As soon as he gets this privacy lifted, and then he got to go do the DNA test, which I think is like next week. There's going to be other people popping out saying the same thing, regardless if this kid or person becomes his son or not. I doubt it. You know, the kid saying you had relations with my mama when you was when she was 16, you was 23. All this stuff is made up. I'm here to tell you, it's made up. No way this would have happened. Jay-Z been running around with Dame Dash, who got 3 kids or 2 kids at the time that they was running around. It's no way Jay would have been running around to me, I ain't got no kid. That's not even real. He got with Beyonce and he had his first kids. However they did it, because my girl would swear to God they used some kind of doctor, but I don't know. I don't follow their world to that extent. But I do believe that ultimately Jay would have never had this happen. Even when that girl, what's her name, Corinne Steffens, came out and said that Jay-Z was with her. She said he used a condom. So here's a girl who normally was having relations with all kind of other people without that. But Jay the only one she claimed used a condom. But he didn't use a condom in this regard. This is when he was a little younger, so he was like, nah, he wasn't really famous in 1992, so he wasn't really doing it. I don't know. It could be, but I doubt it. I just it's so. And then they say this guy looked like Jay. I can't see it. I can't see no way would this dude look like Jay-Z. So y'all got to tell me in the comment section. But I'm used up 2 times. This is my show. We doing a podcast. We talking about Jay-Z and this guy named Ramir. Is that his real kid? And I believe it's not 100%. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. We watching videos talking about it. This one is called The Petty Show. And so she describing what the scenario has been broken down to thus far. Let's get back to it. Hit the like button. Like and share.
Information to keep the case going. So it was a big case to me because, you know, I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than what it was. But, well, I really feel like it should have been overlooked because, you know, I feel like if it was anybody else, you know, like, I'm not saying this because people got higher standards or people make more money than that, but it's different because, you know, if it was anybody else that
no, wait, don't. Honest truth. Don't do that. I don't believe it.
Way faster than people that's wealthy.
But then everything shifted. A federal judge finally stepped in and ruled that Jay-Z must respond to the
I don't know if
paternity
it's
suit.
very
And here's the
easy.
key
I can't
details
say
people
that.
missed. If Jay-Z fails to respond, New Jersey law says he is legally presumed the father. That ruling forced the game to a close. No more ducking, no more ghosting. Jay-Z had 2 choices: take the test or forever be listed as the dad in the eyes of the law. And right after that ruling, Reinier gets shot at. So let's talk about what happened after that July 18th court order dropped.
The honest truth say genes don't lie. Look at Michael Jordan's sons. They look nothing like him. Damn, you right. You right on that one. That's true. They don't look shit like him. Even the oldest one don't look like him. That's true. Damn, you be studying, motherfucker. Yeah, I give you that one. And then what about like you right. I give you that one. All the Jacksons, Michael Jackson, his brothers and sisters, they all look alike. So even some of the Wayans, that I would believe they look alike. The truth say it is a matter of fact that when I'm out and about in public, I make routine and looking at families, and every once in a while I can tell a man isn't father of the family. Damn, okay, shit. Hey, you probably got a fucking podcast you need to be having right there. Walking around, following families, saying who the real dad, and making a choice from a distance. That's funny as fuck. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I saw a couple of pictures of this dude. He's not Jay-Z's son. I would honestly agree that that's not Jay-Z's son. This guy is a person that's an opportunistic human. He sees money. It's a money grab. If nothing else, the Jay-Z team will have to pay the lawyers for actually going to court and fighting it. This is what billionaires have to do. It's no way Jay-Z is somebody's kid that he does not know since 1992 when he made it in the industry in 1996. So that child would have been 4 years old. Jay would have had a little bitty baby that he would have been rapping and making money for all these years that he would have been giving money to and saying, this is my son, this is my child. I'm walking around with my little baby. It's no way that he would have been not dealing with his child. That's just made up. See, the kid doesn't understand that extent of it. He's basically, by doing his steps, he's confirming or conveying that Jay-Z does not want his own kids. That's not true. Now, maybe your mother didn't tell you, or maybe Jay-Z did do a relationship with her and then they had no more contact after that. That happens in life. But to say that he don't want to be in his own kid and you 34 years old, that's not coming at it right. The best way he should have did is went to Jay-Z mother and said, hey, ma'am, you might be my grandmother. And I believe that this, that, and the third. But coming directly at Jay saying, you the dad, and here's the celebrity who got $1 billion, what on earth will make him want to respond to some random human talking about you, I'm your dad? You still 30 something years old. You're not in your early 20s, like 21, like 19, that'll make a person be like, well, man, you know what? Maybe I did. Maybe I should go and talk to him. But I got a big cousin, one of my big cousins, he 57. I just thought about it. He's 57 years old, and he came in town for the 4th of July last week. And he said, well, he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to my aunties, well, my mother and my other aunties. And he was telling them that he had met his father. And they already know who his father was because they remember when his mother was dating him when they was young. So they was like, let me see a picture of him. And when I saw the picture of him, my cousin looked just like that dude. They both the same color. The guy obviously is gray haired and all that shit. But it was like, damn. And my mom and my aunties was like, he don't look the same. He looked terrible. And I'm thinking to myself like, well shit, he old. But the point I'm making is that my cousin never met him. He's 57 years old and he met his father for the first time that day. That's the first time he ever met his father. And when my cousin came in town to the family reunion 2 years ago, he had planned to meet his father, but the father dodged him. He don't know why. He just took it on the chin and said, okay, whatever. I guess he's just still nervous. So when he met the father, he was making sure the father understood. I don't want to fight you. I'm not angry. I don't want to hit you. I don't want to punch you. I just want to meet who you were so I can know my bloodline, to know who I came from. And the guy was like, okay. I guess he an old man today, so he was just like, yeah, you know, and the guy got 5 more children. My cousin was able to meet his brothers and sisters. Some was just at the age older, and then some were younger. And so he was just like, he was laughingly saying he got 5 baby mamas too. 5, and I was dying laughing because I was like, damn. But this again, you 57 years old, and you meet your dad for the first time in your life. That's not nothing to be, hey, it's a party. That's like, damn, how the fuck do you deal with that? Luckily, cuz got a good family. He even told my aunties that my mom and them, he said, I was raised by a strong family. And then they were telling him stuff back like, you strong. He missed out on you, baby. You a great guy. And you a great man. Look how you became. Look who you became. I'm sitting there like in the middle of it, not experienced, not expecting this to happen. Look, the honest truth, you going crazy. Yup. Yep, yep. The honest truth. You saying it, bro. I wasn't expecting. I'm like kind of standing there, but I wasn't expecting this to kind of go down. I'm like in the middle of this whole engagement, but I'm like, damn. Patricia O'Neal said, play. He's a grown man now, and he's going to do what he can do anyway. Yeah, that's true. The truth is 65 of the kids have no father in the house today. That's true, because when you see a lot of this crazy violence and all this wickedness, boy, your father would have broke your jaw. Girls and boys would have had they, as soon as they got caught up, the police would have came and said, we fought him in a shootout. What? Okay, we take you in the house. Ding, 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 ding. Then take your ass back out there and you go to jail. You in this, my father hit me. Go your ass to jail. It would have been, it was violent when I was a kid. But it wasn't violent from the street people. It was violent from people that was older than you. And I'm going to keep that all the way alive. It was violent from people that was older than you. And that's what it was. The street people was there, but you was young, so you didn't have to experience them. But if you was young, the older people would beat your ass, grab you up, whoop you, fucking just do all kind of shit. So that would be your threat. Like, man, I can't wait to get big. I can't wait to get grown. I can't wait till I'm grown. This is what we used to say. You never was like, I can't wait till I'm a crip. I can't wait till I'm a blood. Like, you didn't really talk like that. You was talking like, I can't wait to get grown, because your aunties, your uncles, everybody could beat your ass whenever they wanted to because your activity and how you acted. And that's what it was. Can I email you, brother? I would love to do an interview with you. You can hit me up at Yusef2times at Gmail. YUSSEF 2 times TIMES at Gmail, my friend. The number 2. And Patrice O'Neal, what is the messed up is that I don't acknowledge that he don't acknowledge them. I think that it's important to not acknowledge this person because you don't know him. Because he's making a claim does not make him your child. His mother could have told him anything. His mother could tell him all type of stuff. Everybody on the planet, mama could tell them something. But that don't mean you got to go up there and start handing DNA tests to everybody because their mama told them that they might have had a moment with you in life. It's like, no, this still my personal body. This still my personal life. And I'm not going to give you no DNA. The only thing is, you just heard in that last piece of this segment, they said that in New Jersey, if you don't claim and if you don't come to court, then you automatically defaultly become the parent, and that's what's gonna make him get crazy. Motherfuckers be going crazy like, you Jay-Z daddy. Because, oh, damn, you know what? This is a perfect moment to see, do I look like Jay-Z? Because every time I walk around, people always walking around talking about I look like Jay-Z. But now y'all got the perfect point where you can make, do I look like a freaking Jay-Z? I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And my bank account definitely don't look like Jay-Z's. So how in the hell are they getting us two mixed up? I forgot about that until Forever Life just said that you're a Jay-Z daddy. That's funny because I be hearing that and I'm thinking like, when the fuck? I don't look shit like Jay-Z. What the fuck are y'all even? I don't. What? Even my wife be saying, "Oh, you look like Jay-Z." Shut up. Like no damn Jay-Z. Let's get back to the video.
So are you scared to be like? No, I'm not.
Thanks, honest truth. I think we back good.
It was a scary situation. It was a scary situation, but you know, it's just unfortunately, you know, I'm from North Philadelphia. I'm not saying I got nothing to do with it, but I saw a gunshot, I heard gunshots, and saw crazy shit before. So, but it definitely was a scary situation because I never been through it. I barely come outside and I stay to myself. So it's like, you know.
Lily confirmed the entire incident during their interview on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, saying it felt like retaliation for going public. Somewhere in September, he was in a parking lot with other people, near where he's at living now, and out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on because it was around the time. In addition to that, we've had people come to my home in the past, driving on the grass. We have people knocking on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been through all of it, mostly around the filing time. So this is a bigger picture than this. We want to try to make a difference with the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, bringing new legislation and trying to sit down at the table with the lawmakers to make a difference. This wasn't the first time they felt unsafe. Lily says she and Reinier had been stalked, followed, and threatened for years while trying to push this case forward. And the closer they got to forcing Jay-Z into that DNA test, the more intense the intimidation got. Now here's where things get next level messy. According to Lily, they believe Beyonce herself got involved behind the scenes. It's almost like she's the one pulling all the strings. People were saying that she's a big part of the problem for him, and some of the things that she was doing, a woman would not, she would have some sort of role in what her husband does. And she was secure with herself and with the situation. Not saying you gotta like it, but she would help her husband handle it. They say Beyonce wanted Rainier shut down quietly, not because she was scared he was lying, but because she allegedly feared what the truth would do to their billion-dollar family image. She allegedly wanted the entire case killed before it reached the media. Even when Jay-Z's team briefly suggested signing Rainier to Roc Nation, Lily says Beyonce wasn't having it. That offer disappeared overnight. And let's not forget the music shade. Jay-Z dropped his now infamous bar in Heard About Us, singing Billie Jean in his prime, for the 1000th time, The Kid Ain't Mine. Online they call me Dad. Kiddingly, you're not supposed to take this dad thing literally. That's too famous. We don't even really do famous. I'm cool on that. Chuck the 2 fingers. Every day I'm getting sued, I show up to court without a suit. Your every move is on the news, ain't it? Ish has its perks too, ain't it? That wasn't about some random rumor. That was a direct shot at Rainier, who at that point had been trying to get a test for over 10 years. So what did Rainier do? He clapped back with a track of his own, throwing lines like, "Ninjas wash up still doing tracks like 55 where the F you at, need to go back to your old days, grown man in his old ways." He said it wasn't about dissing Jay-Z, it was about taking back his voice. Because if Jay was going to dismiss him in a billion-dollar studio session, he had the right to respond in his own way. By this point...
All right, so wait a minute. You're dissing in a diss track your father. See, I'm glad I'm hearing all this because I had no idea that these little intricate moments like this was going down. You're going to send a diss track out to your famous rapping father. He raps for a living. He raps and say all kind of stuff. I mean, any kind of thing. It's a rapper, and you're gonna actually try to diss him and take him to court, dissing him later and bringing him into court, trying to have him to be your father, when you know for a fact that you don't even know this guy at all. You have no idea who Jay Z is, and by putting some frivolous suit in, it it allows the court to do this whole, well, it's been 10 years of litigation, push it through and say, let's get Jay Z to come in here. 10 years is a long time, 2015. And now all of a sudden, Jay Z got to face him. In another week, he got to go and do a DNA test, which is invasive, which is giving up your personal. That's who you are. That's your DNA mitochondrial coming from your mother. Like who needs to know that unless it's like some crime that you got to be associated with. But custody is not necessarily a crime. It would only have been a miscommunication because the woman could have reached out to Jay Z. They both live on the East Coast, but they're saying she passed on recently or not too far ago, and so that I guess nobody really knew. He just would hear the word Sean Carter in his head. But if you're a child and you're hearing the word Sean Carter, you probably heard something else. You got the fact that you associated the sound that she made to you about your father's name, and then connect that to the word Sean Carter. It's like all this stuff the guy's saying is massively mental. Even the fact that you would make a diss song about your father, that you're actually trying to get your father to turn into your actual real dad in real life. One of my sons is a rapper, and sometimes he'll send me songs. Thoughts on Black Fatigue. Ian said that when he wanted to know what's up. Uh, when my son's a rapper, he's young, like 20, 22, and he makes rap songs. He'll send them to me, and sometimes it'll be like stuff that he dissing his father. I'm not kidding you. It'll just be like rhymes, and I'll be like, "Hey, what the hell? Why would you say this?" And he was like, "It's rhymes. It's just raps. Why you taking it personal?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay." And then in the future, I totally forgot about that moment. Then in the future, I heard another one of his songs like on YouTube, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute, this when dissing your father. I hit him, hey, why you dissing me on the rhyme? He said, Dad, I told you, it's just rhymes, it's just words. It don't mean nothing. So I could see where the kid coming from, like, I heard that rhyme, I think you dissing me. But you trying to get something from him, and the most thing you trying to get from him is actually fatherhood. You trying to get this guy to represent you as his son. You're gonna be his son, but you're gonna send a diss track out. What's that gonna win? I don't understand what that's gonna win. And it's like I guess you could just do what you want to do. It's your father. I guess people diss their daddies when they ain't been in their life because that's what I wouldn't want to be in this person's life now. If you're sending diss tracks out for me, then you're gonna be angry with me for not being able to be in your life. That's really the whole gist of this whole charade, so that you can one day say, "Where were you?" I'm gonna come and take you away from the projects or wherever you live in obscurity, and then pull you around me and Beyonce and our little kids and be like, "This y'all big brother. He like 37 and shit. Hey y'all." Like big old beard and shit. Like, what is he expecting? Jay Z gonna say, "Ooh, well, since you my kid, let me move you from over here and put you in a condo. We gonna pay for your condo. You don't have to work a job." Like, what is he expecting? What is he expecting at that age? What Jay Z gonna do? Y'all hit the like button for me. Let's see that like button running up to the sky, and let me hit this next one.
And Lily said they started documenting everything. Timestamps, damage photos, names, cars, drive-bys. They sat down with Tasha K. They
Black
spoke
on
to
black
the son.
crime. We need more love, not hate.
Because if they got erased, at least the story wouldn't. By this
David.
point in the story, Remir wasn't just fighting for DNA results. He was fighting an entire legal system that seemed more interested in protecting Jay-Z's image than delivering any kind of justice. And the deeper you go into the receipts, the clearer it becomes. This was never a fair fight. Let's start with the fact that 6 judges were involved in this case over the years, and somehow none of them made Jay-Z take a paternity test. And in 2023, Reimer and Lily filed a new lawsuit accusing the New Jersey court system of fraud, obstruction, and civil rights violations. They weren't suing Jay-Z directly this time. They were going after the judges who allegedly conspired to protect him. He said it all in this video.
Everybody makes mistakes, as I said before, but it's time to actually do your job and look at everything and get it correct. Because you cannot use fraud to continue anything in this world. You can't use fraud to help you get forward in life, and try to continue on your fraud or continue using fraud to get forward in life, and of course, it's let you know that that's unconstitutional, and I think you should really be looking to fix that problem.
Even worse, when Reimer asked for the records from those early hearings to be unsealed, the Supreme Court refused, not because he was wrong, but because they said they didn't have jurisdiction. And here's the thing. In New Jersey law, if someone refuses a paternity test and there's enough supporting evidence, that person is presumed to be the father, which means that by law, Jay-Z could have already been declared Reimer's dad, but the court just didn't enforce it. And now...
See that? So now we get down to the nitty gritty. So basically, Jay Z being such a mogul, a millionaire, billionaire, he's able to get the courtrooms to actually work in his behavior. You know what I'm saying? If Jay was broke, he would be looking for him. I said the same thing, nobody. I said the same thing, nobody. Because think Jay Z didn't come up until 1996. That means he was 4 years old. So where was his mother trying to get him to go to court? Where was Jay-Z's mother hunting him down, trying to bring him to some kind of justice? Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. Yo, hit them like buttons. Show love. Let them know you Sep 2 times is here on the podcast. We rocking with y'all. We giving y'all nothing but fire conversation. And I appreciate y'all coming on here. I really do. Yo, but the thing is that Jay-Z has been such a person who worked so hard to build his name that it shouldn't be able to be yanked down by a regular person who's not a hard worker, who's not somebody who's building his own legacy. This guy, everybody can see it. Everybody understands that he's latching on to Jay-Z's name. So he'll be able to get some kind of notoriety. And after he's found out that he's not Jay-Z's son, he'll just write some book or do some kind of stupid stuff. And the closest thing he got to Jay-Z was the courts making Jay-Z do a DNA test, which is a lot. Because Jay-Z is a private citizen, he's a millionaire, billionaire. He shouldn't have to go and adhere to somebody's ludicrous statements or ludicrous point positioning. And here's the real point. Thanks for the likes, y'all. I see the likes going up. I'm grateful for that. Hit the like buttons. If another person is actually Jay-Z's child and he's not able to go and seek out to see if that's Jay-Z's his father, or she can't seek out because this guy's clogging up the goddamn runway with his false bull crap. So now another person come out the woodwork and say, yeah, well, Jay-Z had got relations with my mother behind the scenes when he was at a concert with Beyonce. I'm actually 14 years old now. So now that's probably Jay-Z kid, perhaps, if this was going to go down. But this kid then clogged up the airways and got everything all into some random direction. 10, 15 years then passed, and he still ain't got no clarity. But the law in that state is clear. 6 judges have proven that this guy is not Jay-Z's son. They won't even let it go forward. The evidence that they're hearing is not even enough for them to say, yo, Jay, go in there and do this. So 6 judges in 10 years have not pushed this boy past to push this through. And now he got it where they even changed everything down there in New Jersey. And they got new laws, new rules. They showed that Jay-Z was able to live in that town at some point. Digger Nick said Jay-Z a corporate mongol. But I know you say I'm mogul. But at the end of the day, I think that Jay-Z should be protected, just like the people who own the NBAs and NFL, the people who own the record companies, the people who own the news series, the people who own all these oil firms. He should be protected. You can't just pop up and hear his name on TV 100 times and all of a sudden he your father. Like, what is this mental? How is the court even entertaining this psychological ridiculousness? It makes no sense to me. But it just shows you what happens when you're a celebrity.
This case has cost him 14 years of legal fees, court filings, and emotional stress, all just to get one answer. It's obvious this case was intentionally sabotaged to protect Jay-Z's legacy and avoid public fallout.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion. Who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on, but I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong, but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line.
Because let's be honest, if this ever goes to trial, if Jay-Z's name gets dragged into court alongside claims that he fathered a child with a minor in this post-R. Kelly era, it won't be a paternity story anymore. It'll be a PR apocalypse.
What's up, Shayna? We got Patrick. He said everything done in the light will be exposed everything done in the dark will be exposed by the light. And that's true. So is Jay-Z the dad's father? We don't know. Is Jay-Z's twin? Damn. All the people say that. Come on now. I just asked the question 20 minutes ago. Do I look like? Oh no, no, not do me. She's saying the boy's Jay-Z twin. Oh my God, because I was thinking somebody was saying that. No, I don't think so, Shane. That ain't that dude's twin. No way. That dude look nothing like Jay-Z to me. Let's look at his face.
After nearly 2 decades of silence, sealed file. Imagine being able to
After the commercial, we gotta look at dude's face because I don't think he look nothing like Jay-Z. It's this dude is so far off. It's like, but you know, like one of the other guys said, sometimes the people don't look exactly like their family.
And missed court dates, the countdown is finally on. Jay-Z has until July 18th to respond to the federal.
That face look like Jay-Z, y'all. Come on, man.
But that's not the only thing hanging in the air right now. Because behind the scenes, there's another story. One that might explain why Jay-Z has fought so hard to keep this all buried. Word on the street is that Rymir isn't the only.
How is that his twin, Shayna? Come on. You looking right there. How? You believe that for real? That is so far-fetched to me. That dude looks nothing like Jay. That weirdo don't look nothing like Jay, man. It's so far-fetched to me, but I get it. Jay is a billionaire, and this dude want to take his money down. But where's the Jay in his face? You believe it? Shannon says she believe it. It's off. Now look at Jay-Z daughters. These boy don't look shit like Jay-Z daughters. Jay-Z got 2 or 3 little kids, and the kids that Jay-Z got look alike. Like his children have similarities in their face. But when you come to this dude, he don't look like neither one of them. It's Shayna like Donna. I don't know, man. This is oh Shauna, like Shauna. I get you. Nobody let it go, youngin. If he don't want to claim you, his mom is the one to blame. Damn, that's true too. Because Jay, yeah, I got you, Shauna. It's really what Jay should has probably admitted to this shit a long time ago, or came and checked up on it and did the DNA and got this shit out the way. Because to linger it on all this stuff, it reverberates now. You know what I'm saying? People done seen you just have a trajectory of success, and then now you got this weirdo talking about that you his father. It's like, dude, you so off put, dumb. Ugh, I can't stand weirdos like this. This dude is a freaking weirdo. You do not do somebody like that. Then they gonna say he dropped a diss on. He keep coming back to court. He keep where you getting the money to come pay for these lawyers to come to court to try to sue a billionaire over being his child? Why don't you just go have a child? Why don't you just go be a dad like most men do and say like every man does and say, hey, I'm gonna be a better dad than what the dad I had. And then that's it. You move on. Shannon said, I just think that if Jay knew that it wasn't his son, he should have take the test and shut him up. That's what I'm saying. He should have did this about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, went in there, hollered at this situation, and then got this guy out the way. But now he's 9 years deep. I mean, I'm gonna tell you personally, sometimes you can't really do that. You know, it sounds good to us to say he should have went to court and just went through. But remember, he was just getting to know the Beyonce girl. So he trying to get Beyonce locked down. It's a new relationship. It's good. Then sometimes it's tough. And then y'all having kids, y'all building, y'all buying houses, y'all having time stretch over time. And so it's like, well, you know what? I ain't trying to mess this up by bringing some baby or some kid into the game. And then all of a sudden it seemed like I had some child with this lady. I'm gonna go ahead and just be quiet about that. And then when it's swirling and coming in the news, he just making sure she don't hear about it. Like we celebrities, all that type of shit happen anyway. But now he got his woman locked down. Now they in a serious relationship. She rocking with him no matter what. So it's okay for this to come out now because she'll stand in court with him and fight it. You understand what I'm saying? That's probably what he was doing by not mentioning this. Shauna said, I just think she said that. I said, Shauna said, I just feel like he's dodging it. Well, sometimes as a rich person, it's still invasive. You talking about giving my DNA up to the damn courtrooms all for your stupid ass. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? My whole fucking DNA got to go into the white people room and shit, and they got to go dissect it, then run it past yours and see if we connected, just so they can say we ain't connected. Then you gonna go do some interviews on fucking TV and be like, I was there. I saw him when he walked in the building. We was in the building together. Nigga, you don't fucking know me. You just you just a fan. You just a damn fan. And some people come up with horrendous, weird ass schemes as fans. And that's all this guy is. Jay-Z ain't met, and probably Jay-Z probably ain't never even met his mother. And that's really the whole gist of it. Jay-Z can't go back in 1992. What is you talking about, dude? I don't remember your mama. Like, who is your mother? Like he dated my mother, and then she was 16 and I was 22. Now you're saying I'm a pedophile. Now you're literally making the world think that about me, even though it's a fucking lie. This is what being a celebrity is all about. People get to run you in the ground. It's really crazy. It's like, and so many of us is trying to do our thing, do these podcasts, do music, do movies, do tubies, do whatever, to try to put our name out there to the world, because that's a part of what the world is today. Social media, being famous, being out there. And these guys who already had the fame, who already had the name recognition, now they going down. Now they going down. It's like that. Night Rider said, I need a dollar, a dollar, a dollar. What if I need? Is what I need. He said he need a dollar. You doing your thing. Get your money. Patrick said, you got it, Shauna. Yeah, so I guess, man, nobody said his mom told him Jay is dad. His mom told him Jay is his dad. Where is she at? That's her fault 30 sometimes years ago. Well, she passed away, they saying. So the guy just talking about, did my mama lie? Did my mama? Man, she could have been drunk. She could have been sleepy, man. She could have said any damn thing to you. And then you just connected this to this rich billionaire, and you're really a weirdo for that. I believe people that do that to people is crazy. You could spend more time building your own thing, thinking about your own life, putting your own self where you want to be, than trying to pull Jay-Z into your mental roller coaster psychological fucking dumbness. It's like, what is this dude talking about? Life is not a circus, man. But I know you want to make money and you want to write books and maybe you want to do podcast interviews and people might even just call you Jay-Z daddy anyway because you went so far and then the case had to come to this extent. It's like people just, yeah, it's just some people just, man, they don't be having it all, man. That's what I say, man. I just came across your page and subscribed. Shauna, thank you. I appreciate that. See, that's why he doesn't want to take the test. We got this Desiree Oliver. She said, I probably would have took the test either though if somebody said it to me and she was supposedly 16, he was 22. So you're open to the possibility of being a pedo. What the F? Yeah, that's facts. Even if this government is forcing him to have the test and then it's found out that he can't wipe that off now. He can't wipe that off, even though in the time frame in the 1990s, it probably wasn't such a bad looking thing or a bad ordeal at that point. But to think that you impregnated this girl, that come on, this is 34 years ago. This is so far fetched that if he did impregnate this lady, you have to look at him as just being young and dumb. Not so much as being like, oh yeah, you was out there seeking to try to give her little girls and you finally found one. Like, I wouldn't even come at it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it just seemed a little bit more disingenuous to think of Jay-Z as a pedo or any stuff like that. It just looked like that he met some girl and they had a scenario. But then whatever happened when you move out of town or, he's from New York and apparently this all occurred in New Jersey. So then they have to place New Jersey, Jay-Z in New Jersey at what? I don't know, 23, 22 is his age. He would probably know himself if he was in New Jersey at 22. You would know yourself if you was in another state at whatever age. Otherwise, you was in the state you was from, because otherwise you would remember, oh no, I was down there when I was turning this age, and then I went back home, blah, blah, blah. But to say Jay-Z was in New Jersey in 1992, having enough fun, relaxing to where he could meet a girl who was 16, and then he felt like that our moment tonight was good enough for us to go and be intimate. And then he got up and left. He ghosted her. He left back and went to New York. He became this mobile rapper, and no ever mention of this girl in his mind or his thoughts ever again until the kid get grown. And now he like, you my daddy. I know you. Who was you talking about? Like, what me? And I'm thinking to myself, if the girl is seeing Jay-Z trajectory, this is when they were both young. This was before she passed away. 2008, 2001, 1999. Why wasn't she going to try to get paternity tests? Why wasn't she going down there trying to get people to see if this was her father? The boy been rapping since 1996 on a high level. So she had 1997 all the way up to 2017 or something when she passed away to go to get the courts. But she didn't, and that makes a lot of sense as to why. I don't know. Shauna said, well, yeah, Shauna would have set themselves up for like that. Like, damn, if he is the father, are you gonna try to charge him too? Patrick said, I've been lied on by women. I knew briefly when I was in the service. I psyched my wife on, I sicked my wife on her and did it being her child's daddy. Yeah, that's crazy. Even with Aaliyah, Desiree, yeah, Shauna, would set themselves up for like. So I don't know who would set themselves up for that, man. You crazy, man. Jay-Z has got to go to court now, and he's gonna have to be in court next week. Okay, Shauna said, you have to remember also times were different then. That's what I said. It wasn't such a big deal to be with 16 and 20s. They don't play that shit now. I was 16 and my son's father was 21. Yeah, see, that's not gonna happen too much. You know what I'm saying? That a 16-year-old and somebody 21? No way. No way. It could happen, obviously, all over the world, but today's day, shit, they gonna make a boy. That boy gonna have a problem. Let me see. Say Desiree said, let's not pretend too that these young ladies didn't do their did lie about their ages all the time out here being fast. True, but they don't care about that. Like if the guy still is susceptible to her lies, they don't care. They look at it like that's on you. So what? Maybe next time. Well, it ain't gonna be a next time because you finna go down. Look at R. Kelly. They don't care if you mess up. That's on you. Hit that like button. Show some love. We 51 minutes deep. We talking about Jay-Z. We talking about his supposed son. I'm Yusef 2 times. And Winston said, you related to him. Okay, here we go again. Somebody always walking in with that one. Winston, you look alike. Damn. Everybody always saying that. They just be going crazy to when I'm looking like Jay-Z. I look nothing like this dude. Stop playing with me. I'm finna screenshot it. Oh, shit. That didn't work. Damn. Top one for the screenshot. What the fuck, man? Yeah, there we go. Yo, hit the like button. Why is my like button not on 70 million? I'm trying to be, this is like really behooving me right now. Shauna said, yes, a lot of girls lied about their ages and still do. Well, I mean, that's what women do. Again, that's why they are not going to let men get away with that. You already know women lie about their age. Let's not get grown and then start being like, I didn't know. No, you knew that. You know women lie about their age, so you're supposed to do the due diligence and be like, let me see your ID. Let me see. And if she be like, I ain't got no ID, you're supposed to get the hell away from over there because you're going to find out the wrong way. And the wrong way is even when you get inside the jail, they treat you so bad. They try to hurt you. They try to jump you. They try to stab you. They try to just disrespect you. They can't even let you be around the regular people because the regular people in the jail try to kill you. So Patrick said, I had 30-year-old when I was 17. Damn. Ain't new or exclusive to females. Yeah, I mean, it's the pedo game is there, man. They call it the phebophiles when they over 15. So it's like, it's all these words, all this lifestyle. They trying to legalize it. And Meech was good. Shauna said, when you were younger, we say we're older. When we're older, we say we're younger. Yep, yep. It's just where it go. You know what I'm saying? So they not looking at dudes trying to be like, I fell for it. You did what? You finna go your ass right to jail, motherfucker. You don't sit up here and tell us you fell for some shit like that. You ought to be old enough to understand that women lie and they're gonna play with you and all this stuff. It's the part of the game, and you have to be smart. Just like you gotta be thinking if she say she ain't got no boyfriend, she probably do. You can't be running around like, I'm in love. She said she ain't dating nobody. No, you had to imagine that she possibly do. And it's a possibility that there could be a possible situation. You can't be that stupid and naive where you thinking you believe everything you hear. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you know, over time you'll find out. That's what relationships is about. But Jay-Z having a 34-year-old son and never even reaching out to the kids, speaking to him, coming to check up on him. Maybe he didn't know it really happened. You know what I'm saying? That's another possibility. Like he just never knew her again. And then she just remembered that night or remembered that moment and she was like, it had to be him. And then over the time she remembered that was him. I just think that she should have probably came to court a lot sooner than waiting all this time out to the point that they did this time. And that would have probably helped them. But her doing it at this point and coming out this late, well, obviously she's passed on. but the boy holding on to it and then making this track. It's so maniacal. Let's finish up the last of this little video.
For years, insiders have whispered about a secret daughter, a woman who's older than Rymir, allegedly born from a different early 90s fling. But unlike Rymir, she didn't go public because, allegedly, Jay-Z paid her to stay quiet. And according to this creator, Wendy Williams was one of the first to call him out.
Wendy Williams explained how Jay-Z has a secret baby by Free from 106 in Park. Now, we know Wendy Williams always kept us rolling with the tea, and Wendy Williams was the first person to expose that Jay-Z had a secret baby by Free. She explained how she was told that Jay-Z and 50 Cent were in the delivery room when Free had her baby. And we know that there have been rumors for years that Jay-Z had a secret baby by Free, and how she was allegedly paid off to keep quiet, and that's why she disappeared from 106 in Park, and we've never heard from her again. And honestly, these rumors of Jay-Z having these secret babies back then were huge. There was like 5 different women back then that were
Alright, this starting to bother me when they start talking all this weird. I was trying to keep it with the dude. They talking about some Jay-Z and 50 Cent was in a delivery room. Come on, these dudes been fucking enemies since 50 Cent came out. So let's not, all the rumorville stuff I'm not trying to go for. This is not rumor. The guy has Jay-Z going to court next week to do a DNA test. If you watch the video all the way through this video right here, you've seen the fact of why. He had 6 judges that said he was okay. Finally, they passed a new judge, and the people refiled again because they've been throwing their case out. And the judge said, this time we're going to go ahead and push through. The boy been doing videos all over the internet saying, y'all need to follow the law. Y'all need to stop doing what y'all doing and hiding Jay-Z just for y'all, money y'all making. And it just made it look bogus. You know what I'm saying? He said, rich dudes get it snipped. Oh, man, that's crazy. Well, that'll be smarter. But, I mean, by that time, you already have had your kids by the time you get rich, though, so it wouldn't matter. But, yeah, I guess you won't be having no new kids. You know what I'm saying? But I heard that Al Pacino, who played Scarface, is like 83. He actually still got a new kid. And I heard that Robert De Niro got a new kid. He like 79. So most men can probably still be having the kids. They're not going to snip shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Nobody said, what's the end game with the grown man wanting Jay to be his pops? No chance of anything but resentment. That's why I was saying nobody. Because I was like, what you gonna do? Come around Jay-Z and be like, there you go. I've been missing you. Like, what the fuck you gonna say? Like, this man is an old, middle-aged brother with kids. He trying to take care of his children, take care of his baby mama, whatever. He not thinking about no big grown nigga walking around him to myself, you dad. You dad. I need to talk to you. Man, tell me about girls, man. Okay, since you rich and a rich rapper, can I get in the studio with you? You'll get on a feature with me. What the fuck can you ask this man at 34 years old? Why would you wait? And can I meet my mama? Is just that being Beyonce is my half mama or whatever they call it today? It's like, dude, go on about your business, man. And now, did you hear what he said? He said that he think that Jay-Z bombed his crib. He said Jay-Z and them bombed my house. What? What the fuck reason would Jay-Z bomb your house? Yeah, we just think that it happened because right after we filed, that's what happened. I said, these people, look what happens to celebrities. This is what that's telling you. Every time you make it or become successful, it's not necessarily just like a big win. It's really mental case people out there that are tribe. Yep, break me out some paper pops, exactly. What is really some mental case people out there that are trying to channel in on you, and if they get enough folks rocking with them, you done. Reading said people take up the wrong things, take up for the wrong things. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's your opinion. But at the end of the day, that's why I think Jay-Z stands on this. I think that he should go to the courts and say, I should not have to speak up on this. I should not, hey, y'all not getting no DNA. If this person is found out that I'm not his father, I want to file charges on him. I'm filing charges on him for dismantling my career or even just saying negative stuff. I'm filing charges. Hopefully the truth comes out and they both can find peace. Well, I don't think that other guy's going to find peace. I think if he gets past this, he's going to go and get, he's going to start saying Dr. Dre is his father. I think that. Peace out reading books. I think he's going to try to say that like Tupac was his father. I think that's one of those kind of people where they're gonna go out there and just really find somebody else. You know, Shauna said exactly why he should take the test. Yeah, he got to take the test now because they made it a law up there where if you have a claim against you, then only so long that it becomes a default judgment, whereas automatically your kid. So he ain't got no choice no more. Jay-Z has to take the test, and it's rightfully so. You know, you don't want nobody swirling rumors about you like that, and then you a certain age. What if this guy is his child? It probably would behoove him to get to know him. I mean, pass his legacy to him because the kid gonna still get money. This is what this whole thing is about. He might not get no money while Jay-Z's alive, but if Jay-Z passed away for whatever reason, he's gonna automatically get money. The legal law, they gonna come to him and say, you get this cut because you one of Jay-Z's children, unless Jay-Z got a will where he said don't get that nigga nothing. So, trying to say some people are too sensitive. We can all agree to disagree. Nobody say, I guarantee if Jay broke, this guy wouldn't be a soapbox saying nothing. That's a fact. We know that. That's why I always say the first 4 years he was born and he was a regular dude, didn't have that money. Jay-Z, the boy mama wasn't looking for Jay-Z. She wasn't trying to go find Jay-Z to make sure he had to face this courtroom situation. She let that be. But the fact that he actually did set up like this, that's why this happened. So I think I'm finna get off this podcast and do something. I gotta go make some food. I got another show to do later today. I wanna say thank y'all to the 31 people in here watching right now. Y'all are super special to me. I'm grateful. I really appreciate this. I do music, my brand, Self-Madeology. My music is on Spotify. I'm a filmmaker as well. I like to talk on a podcast status and have fun with y'all. Y'all dope. We talked about it. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest, dopest part. So I'm gonna try to do another show tomorrow. Maybe we want to do one later on tonight. If y'all got time, you'll check me out. We'll kick it. So like and subscribe, and I'm gonna try to put another video in one of these screens at the top or the bottom so you can actually see some dope stuff right after this video. And I appreciate y'all. So y'all have a good day too. Thanks Shauna. Thanks Daryl. Thanks everybody, man. Everybody just popping in, speaking at me. Nobody reading was up in this joint. Patrick, you know what I'm saying? He was really hollering at me. Desiree was up in this joint. Shauna, she went crazy. She just had a whole conversation with me. And I appreciate it. Summer for life. Y'all the best. All right, y'all. Peace.